Hey, good day. Hello again to all our viewers. Alhamdulillah, um, we are still connected here, continuing our journey post-COVID. Though the fight is still not over yet, my heartfelt thank you to all of you, actually, whom have given encouragement, support, motivation. I've received many new connections in my LinkedIn page with private messages for you to be a part of this E-Table Topic Sarah initiative. Actually, yes, indeed, it is very refreshing, for you to be, for us to be back active here professionally, calming my withdrawal symptoms, and I'm sure some of you are as well. So, actually, each day of the MCO, and I'm sure for a lot of you as well, it's filled with new lessons, challenges, and a fresh chance to prepare for the new norm, a birth of a new system for the world. A lot has changed, so let's continue to support each other where we can. Today's talk, I'd like to touch on teamwork. For me, it's an important aspect, I'm sure you would agree, to the success of any team, including organizational teams and sports teams by the means. A leader can foster an environment of teamwork by promoting a culture of synergy within that team. So the concept of synergy can be summarized by the physics concept of the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Yeah, and any collaborating team will likely produce stronger results than any individual, and therefore creating synergy within a team, which forms a critical part of any leadership role. So under strong leadership promoting such synergy culture within the company, the team can only execute flawlessly, yeah, and drive results. But on the other hand, a lack of synergy can show that the most talented individual will not deliver results due to a culture of discord, turnover, poor results, and increasing disharmony. Today, I'm very pleased that I have, joining with me today, William Wong Winkin, whom have created proven business breakthrough tools for exceptional team efficiency, exceptional team behavioral efficiency. He has led a lot of companies to increase sales, expanded market share, outmaneuver major competitors to establish market dominance. He's got 8 years of experience, counting in business coaching, behavioral consultation, and corporate training. 16 years in regional sales and marketing roles, 12 years in a regional technical role, 9 years in product stewardship manager. I'm not too sure what stewardship manager is, maybe he'll tell you later. And he's been coaching organizations in the likes of TM, our very own TM, XOX Mobile, DKSH Malaysia, OOCL Logistics, Federal Paints Malaysia, Skynet, Bolt, Deseno, Sajam Berhad, and what have you, many, many more. So welcome, William.
Thank you, Sarah. Nice seeing you. Thank you for having me today.
Lovely. So William is also my good friend. We connect and e-meet a lot, MCO, so we have to e-meet. Other times he's always in London with his daughter. He's got a child. And yes, tell me more about yourself, William. How's it going this morning, and how's it going for you throughout the MCO period?
It's all fantastic, Sarah. I came to the beautiful weekend I had, Saturday and Sunday. Look very refreshed. You see, smiling all the time. It is interesting because I'm a person who like the outdoor, and coming through MCO, it is so beautiful. I enjoy myself Saturday and Sunday. In fact, Sunday morning, I actually walked and jogged for almost 10.5 kilometers. Quite a big achievement for myself. Very lovely. So I was like on cloud 9 all the time yesterday morning, and throughout the day, I so energized, so refreshed. It actually brought me into today, so nice, so refreshed, and also so nice seeing you today. You're so peaceful to see you here. You're smiling all the time. The energy is all here. So let's have a good week this week.
Definitely. 10 kilometers is quite an achievement, William. So well done.
Thank you so much.
All right. So let's get into it. William, if I can ask your opinion for all your experiences that you've gone through, uh, what in your understanding, what is team synergy, and its relations towards succeeding?
Very interesting question. I look at synergy as a person, and then I look at synergy as a team. As a person, synergy means how do I, in my full system, works for me. As example, if I have done that 10.5 kilometer yesterday, for me, it's looking at my own system. How synergized am I in my component as a person to make sure that I achieve what I want, right? So when I did that, do I have right um, attire within me? Is my leg feeling that warm to work more? If my mindset all aligned to what I'm doing, so it's all synergy. Okay, so if I bring this into team synergy, it's like a team where everybody is formed in terms of the system where they form a team. They have the process of forming, storming, norming, and performing. First, they may not know each other in what they are doing. But as you say correctly just now, team works with synergy. It will like having more activity, more achievement than the individual can do. So for me, synergy is a principle where a team comes together and form that alignment of purpose, alignment of energy, alignment of effort from individual performances so that they become a conglomerate of power, a conglomerate of energy. If a team have great synergy, like a person who are going to run 10 kilometer, or for that matter, a car who is going to from point A to B, if the components are working together in harmony, in synergy, in a well-oiled system, everybody will achieve what they want. So synergy for me as in a team is that alignment of everybody energy, everybody achievement, totality, conglomerating into a success factor from there. That is synergy for team as I see it.
Thank you. Thanks, William, for explaining to me that. Now, how do you actually get synergy in your team? We know the obvious, and we try to create um, good team collaboration, perhaps right from the recruitment, um, trying to see, getting the best people to our team. But we all know, nowadays everything is off the internet. One can always rehearse themselves to answer interview questions, and the leaders would think, okay, I got it right. But do they really got it right? Yeah. So how do you get synergy in your team? How do you probably maintain that?
It's a great question, Sarah. I would like to look at a sport team, for example. My favorite team is Liverpool. And I will send my congratulations to Liverpool because they won the league as a league champion now. It was all hard work. You look at how they synergize as a team. Beautiful. Okay. The way they handle themselves. Of course, all comes to play because they have a great coach in Jurgen Klopp. He's doing fantastic work. He is energizing a team who comes from different nationals, okay, and a team who has individual greatness in them. The way he collect and leverage on the energy is fantastic. That I think the way he synergizes the team is beautiful. I can only see one thing he's doing, and this from my experience in my corporate life and also in life, there is a big formula on this. Very proud of what Liverpool is doing. They are enjoying themselves, and we look back at the synergy and how they create the excellence. I have one formula which I use it most of the time. It's called Pride, Pride. So in doing that principle, looking at that principle in the terminology of pride, first we start with the P, the purpose. The purpose of the team. They come together, everybody is aligned. This is goal alignment. Everybody will come in and form the team. They know where they're heading. Like a car, if you set the car GPS correctly, from point A to point B, the car will go there in the shortest possible time and safely. So look at purpose. The positioning of purpose is very important. This is the goal. This is the objective of the team. From where they are going now to then, they have to create that kind of alignment and to look at that synergy together so that they are all aligned in what they are doing. So that's P. The next one, we come to R. What is R? R for me is respect. A team made up of different sector, of different segment of people who have come with different capability. Respect them, show them they are a team. Whatever they express, we have the open channel for them to express themselves. We support them, we trust them. So that is respect. If we respect ourselves and respect others, if you can find that compromise, win-win position, you can do things all together as a team. So respect each other is very important. Now come to the next one. It's all about I. What is I? I is individual. I would say that this is like looking at how you leverage individual capacity, individual capability. It is all about capacity optimization. So this is all about individual. So individual, they have their own skill, they have their own knowledge, they have their own attitude and habit. How as a team leader or in a team, how do you leverage that so that make sure that there is a one big unit moving together as a team to make what you want and achieve the outcome. So individual lies in the fact that we have to respect them and leverage on their skill. The next one is about D. D is the discussion of a discussion platform. You have to create a discussion platform for everybody to express their view, express their creativity, and you have to have frequent discussion together as a team in a very open and transparent manner so that everybody is clear what is going on. So that's discussion. And E is very powerful. E is where you find excellence. In terms of E, I would say finding the excellence through empowerment. Empowerment means you have the team, you believe in them, trust them, support them, make sure that everybody have that right support system to move forward together. So for me, a big team, if they pride on a principle of working together in PRIDE, I think they'll be very proud of their achievement.
I completely agree with you. Your formula of pride is on point. While you were talking, I was also thinking back on the projects that I've got involved with in the past, where it requires a group of people, not just myself, in achieving that goal. And all this makes sense. All this makes sense. If applied in real time, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong because we are dealing with people, human. We all come from all sorts of background, we have all sorts of behaviors. But if we can agree, I would say if this formula were to be introduced as an agreement, shake hands with the team, not only with their team, with the upper management as well, before starting any particular project, you can't go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Can't go wrong. William, you know the word high turnover.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? What is the first thing that comes to your mind?
If I reflect high turnover into my corporate life, then I have a story to tell. Well, I look at it as this way, high turnover. There must be some factors that affect turnover. It can be a high turnover or low turnover. If there is a high turnover in any organization, there must be something that trigger that. And for me, the biggest factor that can create high turnover could be one, the employee satisfaction, okay? The happiness index in the organization. Okay? That is one factor. Another factor, which is probably common, people are looking for beyond their organization to outside for better pay, maybe for better career development. However, turnover, if you're high turnover, it can be avoided, right? How do we avoid that? In organization that I work with, and one of the organization I work for, they do employees survey yearly. And that is really interesting. Employees like us have the opportunity to voice our concern, to voice our happiness or unhappiness in the job. And it is all done very transparent in a way that they would not victimize anybody who say anything against the norm. And the CEO take the opportunity to even address the result of the survey with everybody into the employees level, where everybody understand what are the bigger picture that view the company view on the happiness index of people. And that's very important because I see that in any organization, employees also have their needs in the organization, right? If you then track back into the five needs in Maslow needs, you can look at all the five categories. First is the physiology needs. Then you look into the next step, the safety and respect needs. And then you look further up the scale, you have a love and belonging needs. And then you have that particular self-esteem and self-actualization needs. If you look at this pyramid of needs as being designed by Maslow hierarchy of needs, the important thing to address here is the physiological needs of everybody. So if you have a company employees survey, you can look at the fundamental of the physiology needs. So if a person are working in the organization, does the company provide them the necessary needs for them to do the job? Okay, in terms of resources, if, for example, a person is working, I myself was a chemist before, I worked in the paint industry. So for then, at that moment, I'm looking at the needs for me to do my job. Okay, do I have a laboratory to do my R&D? Do I have an application lab where I can do my application of what I've designed? So those are the resources that we're looking for. Then we look further down the hierarchy is like safety and the needs of safety is like, do you have the enough personal protective equipment for you to do the job? Okay, you're dealing with chemicals. So in that way, if you have provided that, then the importance of happiness index can be very, very high. Looking at love and belonging. Does the person who look into working in the organization love the job they are doing? They're happy with what they are doing. So that kind of respect is like, if you they show respect in the organization, they love the job they are doing. They belongs to where they are. So they find the needs for belonging is there. And you come to self esteem and self actualization is, are they appreciated in the job? Have they achieved what they want in life? Okay, do they have the learning and the development of the career path in the organization? If the organization look at all these needs and do what I went through in my experience employee survey, I believe organization can minimize or maybe avoid high turnover rate.
Thank you, William. That's actually golden, especially in our community. Very often we overlook the fact that that person sitting next to us is not like us. It's not all about me. It's about the person next to you as well. What can I do to make sure I understand how that person functions? um, which is leading to what you just explained. Apart from your explanation just now, when did you start doing becoming a behavioral consultant, behavioral profiling consultant? How what triggered you?
This is a very interesting question, Sarah. Thanks for bringing this up. As I said earlier, I was working as a chemist when I started my career path almost 35 years ago. And interesting, after coming out from being a chemist, a qualified chemist, it is so gung-ho in life that you got a job as a chemist. At that time, employment is not easy. So you went through a lot of assessment or even personal assessment. I remember I went to this interview that even matched my personality into the job. I say, what's this? I never know about this. So that was my first touch point for me in behavioral, human behavior. That set me into another light when I was a chemist. I actually worked there royally for 10 years. Okay. And that triggered me to even look further. Okay, when I was a chemist in the industry, if you are a chemist, you are dealing with a different kind of element, probably element that is not life. You could say there are life in it, but different kind of life. So it gives me that kind of push. I'm a person who like to be in the social circle. Okay, I like to be involved in looking at what people do, interact with people. So it began me to feel that I have to change my mindset, my attitude, okay, to look at different kind of expectation of what I want to be. So I went out there to even ask my boss, can I go into the sales department? Can I join the sales? So why do you want to join the sales? Because I love to be with people. So that's fine. So I move on to sales and marketing, and from then on, I keep on rolling on into my journey to be a skillful sales and marketing personnel. And I believe that there is something that is still missing in life. Okay, when you deal with people, you engage with people, you need to understand their characteristic, okay, their attitude, and how do they behave. And it's boiled down to the behavior of people. When you coordinate people, there's always this communication where you are looking at how well can you communicate with people. If you can communicate with people who really expect what they want and expect from what they need from you, probably you can get the alignment and you can find that you can engage them further and the relationship can be sustainable. So to have a good relationship, you have to understand people. And I took the chance to look into behavioral assessment, a tool where I can use to even look at building relationship in a very quantitative manner. So I went into certifying a course in DISC and being a certified behavior practitioner now. I find the tool is very useful to look at developing relationship with people, to understand how do we communicate. These two tell us a lot of things about assessing a person, and then how do we look at his behavior, then how he communicate with people in his circle. So I went into that and I'm going to champion that more because it's something in my passion. And beyond that, I also developed something from even not only assessing people's behavior, but also moving into a value where we can look at how do we motivate, how do we look at people's attitude, and how do we look at people's habit so that we can get better alignment in our engagement with people. That took me a long way into understanding behavior. It is interesting. I'll also will continue finding ways to make more engagement in understanding behavioral profiling.
Thanks, William. Thanks, William. I completely agree with you. And also, thank you for giving me a chance to sit through the behavior profiling exercise we did 2 weeks ago. When I saw my results, I went through each and every word uh, a lot of detail, and I agree 100% of the assessment. It makes me realize, uh, never mind my strengths, never mind my passion, what I focus more would be on my weakness, where I lack, how that can perhaps be um, translated to benefit me as a person. Because very rare you get people who can be honest with you, especially in our culture, as you know it. We tend to shy away from giving blunt comments, truthful comments. We'd rather usually just keep quiet and let things pass. But this kind of profiling tools will definitely help us there. So, William, thank you very much for joining us today. I hope to have more talks with you on other subject matters. Um, it's great to pick out your brains from all the experiences that you've gone through in life. So, thank you very much, and I wish you a pleasant day ahead. We'll connect very soon.
Thank you for having me, Sarah. It's nice talking to you. I hope to have more engagement with you on this chat room.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. See you then. Have a good day.